What's going on, everybody? It's Mike here from the Garage Beers Podcast, and you know what time it is. Let's have this drink and talk about the Cavs. Is it water? Yes, it's water. Why? It was the holiday weekend. Hopefully you had a great holiday weekend, a great Thanksgiving. If you traveled, hopefully it was a great time. We were down in Nashville with family for the holiday weekend, and let's just say there were enough drinks to go around. So today, we're giving the liver a little bit of a reprieve, and we're going with water tonight. The Cavaliers, what a win for the Cavs tonight as they come back and they beat the Boston Celtics in a game in which it just kind of looked like the Boston Celtics were going to just always have the answer for the Cavaliers. And in the end, that role reversed in the fourth quarter. And it was the Cavaliers that just consistently had the answer for the Boston Celtics from the physicality, from the jump of this game. Again, you just love these games that feel like playoff games, even though it's early in the season. And this one certainly did. The beginning of the game was a little weird. It was a little ugly, kind of on both sides. Neither team came out red hot offensively. I do want to give a shout out to Darius Garland because Darius really carried the offense for the Cavaliers in the first half of the game. He outscored the rest of the starters for the Cavs by himself with his 15 points in the first half. But I also think Darius Garland did a tremendous job defensively. The Celtics kind of tried to pick on him throughout the course of the game, tried to get him in some weird one-on-ones against Tatum or Porzingis or whatever. I think Darius Garland was awesome. Second half, Cavs do have to get something figured out because they're back to being a team that comes out and sputters in the third quarter. They've done it now a few times in a row. They did it again tonight. They got crushed in the third quarter of this game, and it felt like, well, here we go. The Cavaliers are going to fall again because they came out of the break and they just didn't have it. But, man, they turned it on in the fourth quarter. Defensively, they were really good. And then Donovan Mitchell just went ballistic. Donovan Mitchell went absolutely bonkers crazy playing the game of basketball tonight. So much fun to watch when he gets going the way he was and really just dominated the Boston Celtics to close this game out. And Donovan Mitchell gets a huge amount of credit offensively for the way the game was played. Although other guys did have a lot of big contributions. Like, how about that pass from Isaac Okoro to Evan Mobley for a dunk late in the game? That was unbelievable. But this was a Donovan Mitchell game in all of its glory. That second half was special. The last part I want to talk about is I think it took stones to do what Kenny Atkinson did in this game. I think a lot of people were saying it's kind of chicken to foul when you're up by 3 in the last minute of the game or so. But I think it's the opposite. We're going to go to the line and make our free throws. We're going to make you go make your free throws. Whichever team blinks first is going to have an advantage. And it wound up being the Celtics. I mean, between Pritchard and Garland and Donovan Mitchell, and then George Niang steps up and makes 2 big free throws. It was a clinic on making free throws at the end of the game. But in the end, it was Peyton Pritchard that tried to do the throw it off the rim thing, and he just ran into the lane too early. He blinked first. The Cavaliers were able to push that lead out to 4, and that was the end of the game. So shout out to the Cavaliers for not letting one of the hottest, best shooting teams in the NBA. Like, I think when you have that argument about should you foul up 3 under a minute to go or whatever, you got to take your opponent into consideration. That's the Boston Celtics. I think everybody in the building thought they were going to make a 3 to tie that game up. So the Cavs never gave them a chance to do it. And I think that's great. I love the way they approached it. And you got to give the guys credit for making those free throws in the most intense moments of the game down the stretch. They made every free throw they need to make. So Cavs get a huge win. They take down the Boston Celtics. That is an awesome win to see the Cavaliers get. So we will be back after the next Cavs game. Until then, cheers and go Cavs.